Weird thing, because at the end of the day, you have to understand that this is a creative business and we're playing different characters. So not every character you ever play is always going to be respected, or you're going to, you play the gambit of what happens in life. So you're going to touch on sexism, you're going to touch on all these different roles, and so not every character can be a fine, upstanding citizen and a role model for women, because that's not what life is. The sexism in the business is a hard thing to change, because the business is very testosterone heavy, which it's fine. I mean, that's just is what it is, you know? I mean, I don't really have any problems with that, in the sense that that's kind of, you're not always going to walk into the world and have everything easy. You know, life isn't easy, and the things that you want aren't easy. And I've never had, in Hollywood, I've never had that experience of like the casting couch, or feeling like I was talked down to because I was a woman. I think it's because of the roles that I've also played. And I also have come into this business in a very interesting time where the doors had already been opened for more girls. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Lucy Lawless, these characters that came into our homes on a weekly basis in the early 90s. That was the start of it in television. And so it started a long time ago. It's just a long road. Somebody said to me the other day, it was a quote that somebody said about how women, they think that it's, that women should have to go Dutch on everything these days, and that men shouldn't have to open doors for them because women want to be equal and blah, 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 blah. And the woman's quote was, "The day I make as much of you as you do at the workplace, y'all open my own goddamn door." So, I mean, but at the same time, you have to understand it's just different. It's life. We're not, there's not always going to be as many roles for women, because for the most part, men are who go see movies, and statistically, that's what that's who they're trying to target. So it's so messed up. It's a weird thing, and we could talk forever. But that Strong Women panel was amazing, and it was so much fun to be a part of. And it's just nice to know that while there are not as many of those roles, that they are coming and they are there, and we just have to look for them.
Can I add something to that? I mean,
yeah.
The thing I noticed, and I worry about.
Not eloquent at all.
Not at all.
No, it really wasn't.
Not at all. That's not what I mean. I think that if there's a problem with sexism in women, it's we expect women not to age in Hollywood, which I find offensive to me. And I just know, knowing lots of actresses, the pressure that they're under to look younger than they are, and how roles just disappear for women when they sort of approach 40, and very few actresses end up, surviving 40s and 50s, and then they come back at the end. And I think that's wrong. I mean, I live in LA, and I know that, LA is probably the plastic surgery capital of the world, and I'm also a Londoner, so I go home. I can see LA with fresh eyes, and I see how I find it quite sad the way mature women are being pressured to sort of all look alike, and not to to age in the way that maybe that they might. And we don't reflect that on TV, and we don't reflect that on film, and it gets very hard, I think, for actresses to work, and to age naturally. And I find that, sort of very sexist, because it is a male-run industry, and that's the expectations that the male industry puts on casting women.
It is hard, especially, I mean, the body type is really hard to live up to for myself. I mean, I'm the same size now that I was when I was 17. I haven't changed. I mean, the body's shifted slightly. I mean, as women know, in 1 year it's over here, and the next year it's over there. But I'm the same size. But I've been told I was overweight and needed to lose weight from the day I showed up in California, and I just haven't done it. But it's been harder, and I've always kind of wondered if I would have lost 20 pounds, maybe my career would be here instead of here. It is hard, because every once in a while I'll sit down and eat a burger, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this. And that's just too much pressure. It's too much pressure for anyone to live under. But it's, so I don't know. It's a hard industry for women to be in, but it's also hard for men. There's more men with perfect bodies in movies than there are women, to be honest. So.
Yeah, anyway, it's messed up.
Such a long-winded
Good question.
answer.
Good question.